you know that liquid helium is the coldest element on Earth? It's minus 452 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than liquid nitrogen. And helium also plays a really important part in keeping all of us healthy. Each year, an incredible 100 million of us, you and me, have an MRI scan on our hips or our knees, our spine, shoulders, or brain. And helium, it's the only element that can cool those powerful magnets that drive these MRI machines. Now, I'm not talking about just a little helium. You've all heard of the New York Thanksgiving Day Parade, right? Well, all of the helium in all those gigantic balloons, it can only power 2 MRI machines. In fact, our healthcare industry uses 20% of all the helium on Earth. But here's the thing, there's only a finite amount of it. It's non-renewable. And the challenge is only growing, with helium harder than ever to acquire and transport. Now, sometimes in an emergency, the powerful magnetic field that's in that MRI, that needs to be shut down, like if something metal gets stuck in the scanner. Now, to shut off that magnetic field, all of that liquid helium needs to be very quickly released. It's instantly converted to a gas and it's vented into the atmosphere. And we call this process quenching. Now, when that happens, it can take 3 days or even more to get that MRI back up and scanning patients. And all that helium, it needs to be replaced. It's a huge waste of helium and an even bigger waste of time. Just imagine you're waiting for a medical scan and suddenly it's delayed or it's even canceled. Or you're a radiologist running an MRI in a remote location. It could sometimes take a week or even more to get back to scanning patients and making your life-saving diagnoses. That's a massive challenge, and it can delay healthcare. So how do we keep these MRI machines going, but in a more sustainable way? Well, the trick is to use a whole lot less helium in the first place, and then we seal it in so we don't need to refill it. Easier said than done. But what if I told you it's already happening, thanks to a remarkable innovation called Blue Seal? Today's MRI scanners, they can sometimes use 1,500 liters of helium, but Blue Seal has brought that down to just 7 liters. That's less than 1% of the helium a traditional scanner uses. And that means we can bring care closer to more people too. We can put out a much lighter, fully sealed MRI pretty much anywhere you can think of. On the top floor of a skyscraper, in an earthquake zone, on a remote island, even in a truck. Liquid helium, a precious non-renewable resource. And today, this Blue Seal technology has saved our planet almost 2 million liters of liquid helium since 2018. And all while keeping the same magnetic strength with that exquisite image quality of a traditional MRI. Saving our precious resources, making better medical images, keeping healthcare services up and running, and getting more people in even more places back to living the lives they love. Now that's something to celebrate.
And now, you're in the know.